Well, hello, friend. Well, I haven't really told y'all who I am. I've hinted at it here and there. So now it's time to tell you because my father told me it was time to blow the wall down. I'm my father's wilderness goat, the second goat of Yam Kippur. Christ came to represent the love of the Father. I come to represent his selfishness. So if the Christian church is not going to turn and is not going to become a red letter church, I'm going to rip it off its foundation because that's my job. But you can't stop me because I already did it. I ride my father's white horse, I wear his crown, and I carry a bow, but I've got no arrows, friend, because I've already launched them all. Just as it said I would in Revelation. Because the wilderness goat was not for the first fruit, it was for the second. The second scapegoat was for the second fruit. The second nation that declared itself one nation under God, that declared itself a Christian nation. Just as they told you that they'd take the axe to the root of their tree, I'm here to take the axe to the root of yours. So you can either now repent for what you've done, you can go read what Jesus said and read, and forgive your neighbor and therefore be forgiven, or condemn your neighbor and therefore be condemned. Because Jesus told you the truth and you called him a liar. So if you belong to a church, you better darn well tell them I'm here, friend, because I'm going to tear your houses down. And I'm telling you the truth. Except I'm not going to do it because it's my Father that does it for me through the Son. Because I've got nothing to say. For everything I've said, Christ said first. Everything I say now, Christ said first. The few things I didn't, you didn't have to believe, but you had to believe him. And since you won't believe him, well, you won't believe me. And you can cast me from the vineyard just like you did the firstborn, friend. I don't care. You're going to either turn this nation around in this world or else you're going to reap what you have sown, friend. And if you can't see it, then I don't know what to tell you. So no, I love you and I forgive you. But I do represent my Father's selfishness, and I do it for the Son. Christ condemned Judas so that he didn't have to condemn you. You had a choice, friend, but your choice is over. It's time to make a choice. You're going to either fall on the rock and be broken in two, which is love and selfishness. You're going to choose love over selfishness, and you're going to not be perfect, but you're going to seek my Father's will instead of your own. If you won't do that, you won't enter my Father's kingdom, and you won't get to taste a bit of the fruit that he promised you because he told you this truth was true. Now, I called for a wedding and nobody came. So now you all can do what you want. I'm here to talk to those from the hedges and the highways, friend. I'm here to talk to you that did not believe because you didn't believe in them. Jesus said, call no man teacher. I'm your teacher. So don't you call me teacher. You go read what Jesus said. Don't listen to Christians. Don't do any of that. You go get a red letter edition of the Bible and read what Jesus said. And he promised you if you forgive, you will be forgiven. If you love, you will be loved. But if you judge, you will be judged. And friend, it is time for judgment. If you're not going to forgive, then you will not be forgiven. Christ told you that. He was not a liar, and neither am I. And just like they wanted to crucify him, you'll want to crucify me. But that's just the way it is, friend, because I'm not going to watch you murder your children and blame my Father for it. No, friend, this is over. The Christ Church will start judging themselves and stop judging the nation and do what Christ asked, and they will go out and feed the hungry and clothe the naked and visit the sick and in prison, or you will be cast from my Father's vineyard because Christ is going to say, I don't know you. And he told you that. So don't call me a liar, because if you call me a liar, you call him a liar. Because if you've heard me, you've heard him. And because you heard him and me, you've heard my Father. And so therefore now you either make the right choice for the right reason or the wrong reason, but you will make a new choice. And if you do it, you'll find that you love it even though you didn't love it at first. But you keep worshiping Satan instead of Christ. Christ told you, put your foot on Satan's neck. But you can't do it unless he does it for you, and he told you how to do it. I'm an unworthy son. I'm the prodigal son. I've been risen up out of hell. He's loosed my chains and set me free. But be darned if you're going to leave all those other people out there to be cast into the darkness because your selfishness has you worshiping Satan instead of Christ. So you know, now go read what Christ said, and you do what he asked, and tell your church I'm coming, friend, because I'm already here. My seed has been sown. As I reaped, I sowed. So I hope you're getting what I'm saying, friend, because if you love them, you better let them know I'm here. All right, well, no, I love you because my Father loves you, and I forgive you because my Father forgives you. If you cast me from the vineyard, I'm going to forgive you, for you know not what you do. Because if you'd have known what you were doing, you'd have stopped doing what you were doing, and you'd have chose love over selfishness instead of letting your neighbor suffer, which causes you and your children suffering. This is insanity. The world has become insane, and Christians have become insane with them. So it's time to make a new choice or pay the price for what you've done. All right. Well, I can tell you is I do love you because my Father loves you, and I forgive you because my Father's going to forgive you. But if you won't ask for forgiveness and then give to another what it is you seek for yourself, then that which you were given is going to be taken away. Because Christ went on my Father's altar, I'll go on Satan's. When Satan gets his due, it's all done, friend. You said you couldn't, I'm gonna. And then you'll never say you can again. You're not going to do this to your kids. You're not. You're not going to do it to your neighbor's kids. You can either choose Christ or get cast from the kingdom. There's your choices, friend. May God bless you and yours.